Pilar Sanders turns up the volume. A mother's fierce defense as Shedeur Sanders flips the script in Cleveland. Some families write their legacy in moments of glory. Others carve it out in moments of struggle. For the Sanders family, these past few months have been a cocktail of both. Equal parts heartbreak and vindication. They've endured the glare of public doubt, the sting of unexpected setbacks, and the unrelenting pressure that comes when your name alone can fill a stadium. But this past Friday night, under the lights of an NFL preseason stage, the Sanders name didn't just hold its ground. It roared back that it was more than a game. For Shedeur Sanders, it was a redemption performance. For Deion coach Prime Sanders, it was proof that grit runs in the bloodline. And for Pilar Sanders, it was an opening night celebration wrapped in orange and brown, sealed with a mother's unapologetic pride. From draft day heartbreak to an NFL debut, Shedeur's road to this night wasn't smooth asphalt. It was jagged and steep. Just a year ago, he was talked about in NFL circles as a potential top 10 draft pick. His arm talent, composure, and football IQ had made scouts lean forward in their chairs. But draft weekend told a crueler story. Name after name rolled across the screen, and Shedeur wasn't one of them. By the time the Cleveland Browns called his name at number 144, the narrative had shifted. Fifth rounder, project, a backup at best, the kind of pick most teams stash quietly on the depth chart. Add to that the emotional strain of watching his father battle bladder cancer, a fight that took Deion away from the sidelines and into the uncertainty of surgeries and recovery. And it's clear the Sanders family had been walking through heavy weather. QB4, no more. Opportunity knocks. When training camp opened in Cleveland, Shedeur wasn't just low on the totem pole, he was QB4. Behind seasoned veteran Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and rookie Dillon Gabriel, his reps were limited. The NFL machine had placed him where it places most fifth-rounders, in the category of wait and see. But football is a sport that thrives on the unpredictable. On this particular Friday night, a string of small shifts aligned in Shedeur's favor. Flacco was in street clothes, Pickett and Gabriel were nursing minor injuries, and head coach Kevin Stefanski made a call that would alter the trajectory of the preseason. Shedeur Sanders would start against the Carolina Panthers. And that's when everything changed. Numbers tell one story, the field told another. The stat sheet will read 14 of 23 for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. Respectable for a debut even in preseason. But the box score didn't capture the calm in the pocket, the precision on his throws, or the quiet confidence in his eyes. His first touchdown came after a muffed punt by Carolina set Cleveland up in prime scoring position. With defenders closing in, Shedeur threaded a perfect strike to Caden Davis. A pass that was as much about timing as it was about trust. The Browns rolled to a 30-10 win, but the real victory was personal. This was about credibility, about answering the online noise that had followed him since draft day. Pilar Sanders enters the chat and the stadium. If Shedeur's performance was the on-field headline, Pilar Sanders was the off-field headline. The proud mother didn't just watch the game. She owned it. Moments after the final whistle, she hit Instagram with a clip of Shedeur's watch flex touchdown celebration, already on its way to becoming iconic, and a caption that cut right to the chase. Go son. At Shedeur Sanders, just in case anyone didn't believe, forgot, or was lied to. This wasn't just mom pride. This was a public clapback to months of doubters. And Pilar didn't stop at words. She showed up in full custom gear, an orange and brown 12 Shedeur fit that was impossible to miss. From the stands to the field, she turned every corner of the stadium into a personal photo op, capturing the night as if it were a family red carpet premiere. The Sanders family in full force. The night became a family affair. Photos circulated of the Sanders crew together, even Coach Prime himself in the frame, grinning with the kind of smile that comes from watching your child prove the world wrong. Pilar followed up with a locker room message for Shedeur, emotional and proud, reminding him that the people who matter most already knew what he was capable of. And it wasn't just about Shedeur. Pilar has been equally vocal about Shiloh Sanders' strong training camp with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, proving that her football mom duties run on double shifts. But on this night, the spotlight belonged to number 12 in Cleveland. Pre-game swagger, post-game humility. If there was any doubt about Shedeur's confidence, it disappeared when he arrived at the stadium draped in a massive chain, flanked by his own entourage. Pilar, of course, had her phone ready. Her caption said it all. And you know it. Mom's always present. Hashtag ProudMom, hashtag ShedurSanders, hashtag GoBrowns, hashtag NFL, hashtag QB1, hashtag FootballMom, hashtag NFLMom number 12, hashtag ShedurSmom, Orange Heart, Brown Heart, Orange Heart, Brown Heart. But perhaps the most telling moment came after the game. Despite 2 touchdowns and an impressive debut, Shedeur's first words to his father were, "Sorry, Pops. I ain't do what I was supposed to do fully." It was pure Sanders DNA. The pursuit of perfection. The refusal to settle. Coach Prime's prophecy fulfilled. Deion Sanders, never one to hide his emotions, lit up social media after the game. "Oh yeah, what now?" he posted, followed by a booming, "Yes, Lord. Yes." At Shedeur Sanders. Even NBA legend LeBron James jumped in, tweeting, "That young Prince medium dark skin tone looking good out there. At Shedeur Sanders, keep going up. Head down on the grind and head high to the most high." What's remarkable is that Deion had called this moment before it happened. Speaking ahead of the game, he said, "A lot of people are approaching it like a preseason game. He's approaching it like a game. And that's how he's always approached everything. I just can't wait to see him get down tonight. He's going to be a problem after tonight. I promise you that." By the end of the night, it wasn't a promise. It was a fact. From 5th rounder to family victory. This wasn't just about football. This was about narrative. In one evening, Shedeur Sanders went from being a 5th-round footnote to a quarterback worth talking about. From QB4 to a preseason starter. From the center of online skepticism to the recipient of a mother's very public blessing. For Pilar Sanders, it was a chance to say out loud what she had known all along. Her son belongs on this stage. For Shedeur, it was a step toward proving that his story won't be written by draft analysts or internet critics. And if this was only chapter 1, the rest of the NFL might want to start preparing now. Because as the Sanders family proved on this Friday night, when they walk into the building, whether it's as players, coaches, or the proudest mom in football, they're not just there to show up. They're there to take over. Deion Sanders already saw this one coming. Before the debut, he went on record with a prophecy. "A lot of people are approaching it like a preseason game. He's approaching it like a game. And that's how he's always approached everything, to prepare and approach it like this is it. I just can't wait to see him get down tonight, but it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little strange. He's going to be a problem after tonight. I promise you that." From top 10 dream to 5th round reality. From QB4 to starting the Browns preseason opener. And from online troll to a mother's public blessing, Shedeur's script just flipped. And if this is just chapter 1, the haters might want to start looking for a quiet corner.